Verse released a new line of makeup, so let's look at the ingredients and see if they're non-toxic, see if there's any harmful talk, mainly looking for any endocrine disruptors or possible carcinogens. Starting off with the multi-serum skin tint SPF 40. Okay, so this is going to be very repetitive, but most of the products, I think all of the products actually have phenoxyethanol. It's actually a preservative and it can be derived naturally from green tea. For the most part, especially in cosmetics nowadays, it is not derived naturally. It is produced in a laboratory with phenol and ethyl oxide, which I'm not here to pronounce these words right, I'm just here to show you the study. And unfortunately, this on its own can be a possible carcinogen. And this is all coming from this published study. Important, I think, to keep in mind is that a lot of the times these studies are based on the fact use a high concentrated amount of phenoxyethanol. Majority of these products you see with that word phenoxyethanol on it use less than 1% in the actual product. Really, the concern is not super high when it comes to this specific ingredient. This doesn't go for all ingredients, but with phenoxyethanol especially, I don't worry about it as much because most brands where all the other ingredients are totally fine. Phenoxyethanol, if they do use it, is a much better option for a preservative because we don't want our makeup going moldy, and it seems to be a hard thing to find a more natural preservative, doesn't have any dangers than phenoxyethanol. So is it the end of the world? I don't think so, but I do just want to expose you that there is phenoxyethanol in all these products, and when I can, I try to avoid it. Some brands will even tell us that they derive it naturally, so that's great as well, like Dime Beauty. Next up, we have the blush stick. Now, unfortunately, with a lot of their tinted products, like their tinted lip products and their tinted blush products, they do have lake dyes. Lake dyes are derived from coal tar, petroleum, so they can contain toxic heavy metals. That's the biggest concern. Those toxic heavy metals could be carcinogenic. Doesn't mean they're always carcinogenic, but if the brand doesn't test for heavy metals and share those test results with us, I do my very best to always avoid any dyes that have the word lake after them, so I probably wouldn't use this product. If I really wanted to try these products, if I really wanted to use them, I would reach out to them and see if they test for heavy metals in their lake dye. This tinted lip serum also has the lake dye, so I'd probably steer clear of that one. We also have a new bronzer stick. This one looks pretty good. There is one lake dye, so not perfect. Moving on to the lifting and defining mascara. This one does have phenoxyethanol. Now, if you're in a pinch and you're at Target, and this is the cleanest possible option you can find at Target, because unfortunately there's not a ton of drugstore options that are non-toxic. These are probably the closest options at Target unless you have Honest Beauty. So I would opt for this other than a mascara like this or this that we know have known parabens. Sometimes in today's day and age, it's just about weighing the pros and cons. Can I get the best option is ideal, which is something that you would order online. But if you're in store and you're in a pinch, get the better option, which right now at a store like Target or like Walmart would be the Verse. It's another reason why I haven't been doing deep dives as often, just because it's not so black and white. Sometimes you need those affordable options, and I don't want to just come on here and tell you no. I'm telling you that this is not ideal, but still could be better than a lot of the store brands. I also have this new serum concealer. This concealer doesn't have the phenoxyethanol, so that's great. This is completely approved by me. And the tinted brow gel. This one does have the phenoxyethanol, so is it perfect? No. Moving on to the illuminating stick. Doesn't have phenoxyethanol or lake dyes, so that's great. It's approved. Now we have the liquid eyeshadow. Unfortunately, you are going to see the phenoxyethanol in this one. Except we have the smoothing lip blush. This one has a few different lake dyes, so I would personally avoid this one. Moving on to the face primer. It does have the phenoxyethanol, so not ideal. This is another instance where there's not a lot of non-toxic primers on the market. It's hard to find, especially drugstore options. So this is probably one of the best options in store right now, but it's not perfectly non-toxic. And last but not least, we have the glow drops. Again, all of them have phenoxyethanol. I kind of stopped doing my deep dives for a little while because, again, it was just so like yes, no, and I don't want to be that kind of strict person. There are some brands where I'm like, absolutely no. Any brands that put known parabens, known phthalates, talc, formaldehyde in our products, we have to steer clear of those. But these other brands, when you use them once a day, the tiniest amount, it's not going to kill you, but I'm just here to show you the better option. And if there is a better option, to always choose the better option.